I struggle with feeling like this channel provides high quality entertainment. This is not easy, guys. This is not an easy road. This career path, I don't get very much sleep. I will admit, guys, I'm tired out here. I'm tired. Hello, friends. Welcome back to GM Philosophy in the Morning. I'm the GM Philosopher, and this is going to be an update on my pro game master journey, YouTube journey, TTRPG, platform journey. We've got the Discord going, guys. GM Philosophy has never had more awesome, cool stuff going on. And I'm going to give you a big update. I'm also going to talk to you guys on a personal level about some stuff going on with me. In general, life is going really well, but I am facing some little issues. So let's dive into it. Now, first of all, pro games, let's talk about that first. I run 4 pro games on Start Playing Games. You can find a link to those in the description if you want to join one. They are going so well, guys. They have never been going better. I started my pro games journey in January 1st, and now it is April 22nd as of the time that I'm recording this. So we're almost 4 full months into it, guys. And let me tell you something. I've never have my games been earning me this much money. Never have the player base been so solid. Never have the games been more exciting. It is just going really, really well on the pro games side of it. Now, I recently put out a book called, the Paid GM Guidebook for GMs who want to run pro games and start playing. And in this book, there's 142 pages of stuff that I learned over the course of this process. I recently just published that. And let me tell you, the techniques that I'm using day to day, which I've recorded in this book that I'm using in my games, have really, really worked, guys. The games are going so good. Okay. With that being said, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, guys. Running pro games is no picnic out here. And I'm only running 4. But I'm also trying to do other things like the YouTube. Speaking of that, let's talk about TTRPG YouTube. Now, my YouTube channel is, hovering at just above 6,000 subscribers. It's not a giant channel, guys. There's a lot of channels with a lot more subs than me. I've got 6.58 thousand subscribers. This is really good. I'm super pumped about this. I try to live stream 5 times a week. I try to publish videos every day. I try to publish shorts every day. I will admit I am running into time constraints. The pro games take a lot of time. YouTube takes a lot of time. The problem is the economics of both are not quite there yet, where one of them could sustain the whole business. It requires both of them, and then also selling my books right now to sustain me. So, if I was just going to focus on one of those things, it would be way easier. But to make enough money to live and pay the bills and also to keep the business growing, I really need to be doing all of it. And I can't afford any help right now. So I do have awesome help in the Discord. John Haney and Dirty Socks, the moderators in the Discord, they're doing awesome stuff in there. We've got Garrick. He is helping so much, and Blue Rose Lion. They're helping so much on the free monthly magazine we publish, The Philosopher's Tome. So there's a lot of really awesome stuff going on, which if you haven't joined the GM Philosophy Discord, make sure you do that. Link is in the description. We're over 600 GMs strong. The Discord has never been better. However, all of this takes time. It all takes time. It all takes effort. Someone has to be doing it. And I will admit that, I'm struggling to keep up with everything. I'm struggling to keep up with all the awesome creativity that my players from my programs send me so many awesome messages every day. And sometimes I fall behind on the messages, which shout out to my players. It's not your fault at all. I love what's going on. I just need 2 of me. I need 2 of me. So anyway, it's a lot to keep up with all that. Plus, I've got to be thinking about the future of the company. And I got to be thinking about how I'm going to get my economics better because, I don't know if you have watched, much Dungeon Tuber content lately, but there are quite a few big channels that have shut down recently. And, even Professor DM, I was watching a video of his that's long ago and where he was commentating on this. And he was saying that, he still works 2 other jobs, but he also runs his D&D YouTube channel. The economics can be challenging, and he has way more subscribers than me, right? So the economics can be challenging in these things. However, we've got to be thinking about how to make them better. I have my monetary goals, and my first goal is to reach a certain amount of annual income, and I'm striving to get there, and I'm always brainstorming, how can I help to do this? How can I get myself there? And the answer is, you've got to provide value. You've got to provide such unbelievable value that you are offering something that people not only want, but maybe even need because they just have to have it because it's so awesome. This could mean your videos. This means running games, but it could also mean other things. So let me tell you about some of the developments I have going on that are really, really awesome. I'm very excited about. I am launching a Pro Game Masters Guild to help other aspiring pro GMs build their businesses. This is going to be an awesome membership group. I'm only accepting 6 members in this group. We're going to meet once a week. It's going to be awesome. And I'm accepting applications for this. I have 2 people who have joined it, and I've only been advertising it for like a week and a half now. I have more meetings scheduled. More people may be joining. There isn't much more time. If you want to get in on it, you should apply. The way you apply would be join my GM Philosophy Discord. There's a link in the description. Find me, GM Philosopher. Send me a Discord message. Say, I want to hear about the Pro Game Masters Guild. I want to be a Pro Game Master. I want to build a Dungeon Tuber YouTube business. I want to sell products, and I could use your help. Let's schedule a meeting, right? So basically, if I hear from you and I think that we sound like a decently, possibly good fit, I will schedule a one-on-one meeting with you. And in the meeting, we'll talk about the group. And I'm offering right now, I've decided to, when new members join the group, we're going to do a month for free. So you can kind of see what it's like. And also because we're experimenting with it, because I've never done this before, helping other pro game masters build their pro game master business. Mine is, I would say, thriving. It's really good. I am convinced that I've got the formula down. If I wanted to launch 20 games and if I had the time to do it, I could fill them up, no problem. But I had to learn how to do that. And I've had to learn how to make them run smoothly. I've had to learn how to bring in great players and keep them engaged and have a great community. And I can help other people do this as well. So with that being said, if you're interested in that, join the GM Philosophy Discord, send me a direct message, private message, and tell me you're interested in the guild. We can set up a one-on-one meeting. But there's only 4 more spots, and 2 of those may be gone by the end of the week. We may be down to only 2 spots open. So, make sure that you message me. And that is it's a paid group, but I'm offering the first month for free so you can experiment with it. So anyway, that's what we're doing. That's one of the things I'm doing to try to put myself in a place where I can provide more value to more game masters who want to run better games. I believe pro GMing is going to become more popular. It's going to become more mainstream, but there are a lot of game masters out here who struggle with the business part and the marketing part. And that's where I can help. I've been in marketing since 2009. That is my career skill set, is being a digital marketer. So YouTube, that is something that I've been doing professionally for a long, long time. I used to work for agencies, and I would coach our clients on how to succeed at YouTube. So it's been my business for a long time. And of course, now it's how I make my full-time living, the pro games and the YouTube and selling my products. Now, with that being said, there is other stuff on the horizon too, guys. And I also want to talk a little bit about I'm going to talk about my issues. I'm having some issues, guys, and I want to talk to you about them. And I'm excited to talk about them. It's a little bit of a challenge, but before I talk about that, I want to bring up one more development that I'm planning for the future. I am going to produce an animated fantasy show. It's going to be in kind of like a similar animation style as shows like Avatar: The Last Airbender, or do you remember Disney's Atlantis, that show? Kind of animation like that. But it's going to be an 8-part series, half-hour episodes in season 1. It's going to be about prehistoric humans. And they realize that their settlement is running out of food because of climate change, and they need to migrate to find a new home. So this one group of people from the tribe, they set out on this grand adventure to try to find a new home for their tribe, for their village, and it's basically about them. They're not really cavemen; they're kind of like cavemen, but they're later than that. So this would have been at the very, very fringes of where humans were beginning to form more permanent settlements. They weren't permanent hunter-gatherers, but it was before the advent of agriculture. So that's kind of the time period. And I'm going to share more information about this as we go. But guys, I'm literally producing the show, and I'm going to be publishing it on the GM Philosophy YouTube channel. I am so excited about this. Right now, I'm in the storyboarding part of the process, and I'm nailing down all the dialogue and scenes for the first episode, and then we're going to go in and begin development. And I'm so excited, guys. So stay tuned for that. This is something that's coming up. Drop a comment if you want to hear more about this. I would love to talk more about it, but it is happening, guys. It's official. So we're going to see how that goes. I believe that that could be a huge future for GM Philosophy on the entertainment side, because I share a lot of Game Master tips and stuff. But, I dare say I struggle with feeling like this channel provides high quality entertainment. I talk a lot about D&D, TTRPGs, these kinds of things, running pro games. So it's more of an educational podcast like channel, but it's not really entertainment. I want to create something story driven that's going to entertain people. And I love the idea of producing a show. So that's what I'm doing, guys. I'm just doing it. We're doing what we want out here, guys. We're going to be passionate. We're going to make it happen with an abundance mindset. And I personally believe this is going to open up huge opportunities for the channel, and I'm very pumped to do it. Now, with that being said, I also want to talk about this, guys. This is not easy, guys. This is not an easy road. This career path, being a solopreneur, pro game master, YouTuber, writer, and product publisher, and now show producer, it is not easy. I don't get very much sleep. I struggle to have enough time to get everything done. I am in it to win it, and I love it, but I make a lot of video content. I do a lot of live streams, right? I do a lot of social media. I run a lot of games. All of this is creative and it's mentally taxing. And today, as I sat down here to film this, I was very tired, and I just sat here staring at the camera for like 10 minutes, just letting my brain rest, because I just got done with a live stream. And it's just, my brain sometimes is just mush. And sometimes I need to take a little nap to reinvigorate it, because my whole business is so social. I'm constantly talking. It's like everything that I do on this channel either requires me to be talking to gamers in our game, running games, talking to people via the live stream, filming a video that people are going to watch later, right? Or writing a book, which requires thought, so I love using my brain to create things and to do things. But I will admit, guys, I'm tired out here. I'm tired. I don't mean like in a life sense. I just mean today, this week, I'm tired because there's a lot going on. But you have to keep pushing the boundaries. You have to keep developing and evolving. Otherwise, it's not going to go anywhere. And I love this company. I love what we're doing here. And the truth is, I want this journey to get to new heights and new places. And I want to accomplish big things. I want to accomplish bigger things than I'm accomplishing. I foresee a future where if this show is successful and people like it, producing more seasons of the show and maybe even other shows. I think I would be an incredible show producer. And so we're testing that, right? I think running games is sort of like being a show producer, but it is different, right? But anyway, that is a big update about what we're doing. And, I just want to kind of wrap this up with a little word of encouragement, guys. If you want to do something in your life, if you have dreams, aspirations, if you want to become a pro game master, if you want to become a YouTuber, if you want to make a show, if you want to write books, make comic books, if you want to make music, do your art, right? Write your poetry. What I would encourage you to do is to not only make sure that you're putting time into doing it, make sure you love it. Make sure you're pursuing something that you love, because when you're tired and broken down, your love for that thing will keep you going through those dark times. I think this is very important. We don't have to do things we're passionate about. You might start a very lucrative business about something that you think is very boring, and it could make you a lot of money, and that might be a great way to go. There's nothing wrong with that. However, I am choosing to pursue things that I love to do, because I don't want to spend 40, 50, 60 hours of my week working on stuff I don't care about. And I definitely don't want to spend it working to make other people money in a business I don't care about. That sounds like a waste of my life to me. Don't want to do it. So what matters to me is doing what I love for work. It's like one of the biggest priorities. And that's what I'm doing with GM Philosophy. And even if the economics aren't amazing right now, like, guys, I'm not eating no expensive crab legs every night for dinner, guys. I mean, we're paying the bills, but we're not much further ahead than that at this point, which is fine, because I consider myself at the top of the mountain. We just got here. We're barely wrapping up month number 2 of being at it full time. I left my job March 1st, and we're only approaching the end of April. So we're only 2 months in, and I mean, guys, I'm still kicking. I'm still up here. I'm still out here. I'm still making videos. My electricity's still on, guys. I can still buy food for my doggies. I'm still even able to afford the energy drinks, which I'm very blessed and grateful for. But guys, here's the thing: life is limited. We are never guaranteed tomorrow, but we may have 100 years on this planet or more. Why not spend it doing something that you believe in, right? This is why I believe running pro games could be so important to certain people, and why I believe that some people should probably do it, or they should start taking steps in that direction. We could figure out the money a little later on, right? Personally, I'm a very abundant person. I believe that if we focus on value first, the money will come. And I have thus far not been proven false in that. The only thing you do have to be careful about is, you do have to make smart economic choices, right? You got to make smart business choices. Being an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, a creator, you've got to make the right choices about the right things. And if you don't make the right choices, if you stagnate, you can drop to zero pretty quick. So just don't do that. Anyway, guys, that's the update. Thank you so much for coming back for another episode of GM Philosophy in the Morning. Empowering Game Masters to run better games is the goal. Roll some D100s for me at your next game, guys, and I will see you on the next one.